Good evening, everyone. So, let me start with a very small anecdote. A few years back, I was talking to a friend of mine, different industry, and he told me that, Ravi, you should change your job, change your industry. And I said, what's wrong with my industry? And he said, Ravi, you're too back-end. You don't have that glamour. And my point to him was that all the glamour that our customers are bringing for their customers, we are behind all of that. And we are so glad and so fortunate to have clients who are pushing the envelope on the transformations, on the initiatives, on the innovation. And with me, Mr. Iyer and Ms. Seema, both of them have more than 30 years of experience of managing IT projects, strategy, implementation, design. And today we are going to talk a little bit about what has been the real deal, right? We talk so much about the disruptions which are happening, but they are the ones who have spearheaded many initiatives. So I'm very glad and very fortunate to have both of you with me here. I'll start with you, Ms. Seema. See, you have been one of the pioneers of infusing AI into the actual decision-making process, right? When people were thinking, can I trust a particular decision to a machine, you were already doing it. In fact, you were doing digital transformation even before, I can say that, even before the word digital transformation became a buzzword. So can you talk a little bit about how did you go about the adoption, right, from the smaller steps to the large-scale digital in the organization?
Thanks for all the appreciation for us. So we are an insurance company, so we thought of giving the rights to the customer to upload his or her own claims photographs and get the amount debited in his or her account instantly. So we embarked on something called quick claim settlement way back in 2018. And it was with the use of AI, we introduced AI with the help of IBM. In April 2019, we went live. So AI was able to do the cognitive damage assessment, that is by just looking at the photograph of the damaged vehicle, it could list the parts of the vehicle which were bound to be repaired or replaced, and with the historical data that was available with us, we could list down and come up with an estimate which was given to the customer through a mobile app. And within half an hour, we could make the money paid in the customer's account. So that was what we started with. So it was hard to convince our surveyors that your job is being done by a machine. And then, of course, we did not replace a human being. The human being was always there to vet the output given by the AI tool. So it was long back, we moved then on. And then we also started using AI for renewal propensity, that is retention of customers, for marketing business people, that how many and who are the customers who are likely to be retained with us, who are likely to continue with us in their renewal of insurance. So that is what we, propensity model we went for. And later on, we also went for, Guru Nani Geeta has just spoken about automation. So with RPA, we've introduced, initially it was only OCR, then we went for ICR, where we used NLP-based extraction of information from a picture document. That is, you just click the picture of the document, extract information from there, and you upload, the data gets uploaded through RPA into the system. So a lot of manual effort gets saved in that. Apart from it, of course, chatbot is there since long with all of us. Then we have gone for fraud analytics using AI. So it had two parts of it. One was machine learning, where we had to train the machine, the bot for the basis the past historical data that we had. And the second was image comparison. That is, I am a claimant, he's also a claimant. In my records, I see his pictures, or especially for health. With this, I should not say, with the COVID coming in, we found of lots of claims, and along with it, along with the genuine claims, there were lots of fraudulent claims also, where the physician's report or the lab report of somebody else's report was put in the genuine claimant's documents, and to take the claim amount. So that also we've done using AI. So that is how we started with IBM. But yes, now we have also gone, initially we were on-premise, we moved on cloud also, we have taken services of third-party service providers, and that is how we've grown with AI.
Thank you, Ms. Seema, and it's indeed an inspiring journey all along. Mr. Iyer, I have a question for you, right? I mean, doing innovation and transformation when the business is not changed, it's understood. But here, when we think about JBM, right, the business itself has transformed, right, from a component supplier into EV space, into automotive supply, automotive manufacturing, batteries, green energy. A lot of stuff is happening around JBM. So, how has this entire business transformation actually been supported by IT?
See, before explaining business, audience also should know what different kinds of business we are handling.
Correct.
We are basically a auto part manufacturing company. This means we have multiple plants near to OEM to ensure that JIT-based delivery is happening. That is one set of, which is somewhere around 70% of our business coming from that. So let's, number two business which we have subsequently gone is EV bus manufacturing. Totally the opposite of what we were doing. The thinking pattern of what we were doing till date got transformed 8 years back, that we being a OEM, we are supposed to manage somewhere around 2,000 different kinds of suppliers. Also we are suppliers, but we were supposed to manage more than 2,000 suppliers. So second kind of, it's not working, okay. The third business which has come is basically we are into EV ecosystem. What EV ecosystem means? Manufacturing of EV batteries, and then we were into EV charging infrastructure. So we were B2C to start with, and then we went to B2G because bus is not a B2B kind of business. And when we are into EV ecosystem like manufacturing batteries and then subsequently installing EV chargers at different places across India, it means we started touching the third is B2C. It also means we are in different business segments. We are trying out different areas where we are not that much conversant. So that is a place where we decided that we should focus on technology as a base, so that what is available in the marketplace, we should try to embrace, and then bringing business value in getting things deployed. To explain it little further, if you're talking about a EV bus, it has got so many data which is talking by itself, starting from tire to engine to electronics to electricals. That data, the EV bus is giving all the data, whoever is ready to consume that. It means the technology, if you are not embracing, the differentiator will not be there. So, because of all three segments which we are, out of two segments are very new to us, we are just 8 years old as against 40 years old in B2B. So the whole process of thought process has changed from focusing only on manufacturing to technology blended solutions. So this is the summary.
Thank you so much, Mr. Iyer. And indeed, that electric vehicle is like a walking computer itself, right? more than that, right? You have software all playing in, a lot of data getting generated, and all that, of course, needs the right processing as well. I have one question for you, Ms. Seema, and this is like a very quick, short question. So when you go about all this, digital transformation, so to say, right? various organizations will be in various stages of these, right? Because the adoption is linear, or I would say, it evolves. So in this journey, what are the points you thought would need an extra care and attention when it comes to deciding the architecture, right? And maybe in the context of infrastructure architecture.
So we started with on-premise GPU-based machines. That is where we partnered with IBM. But that was only for the first user story that was using AI. As we expanded, we found that I also had a small in-house team, budding data scientists fresh from colleges, who were trying to build their own models, writing Python codes. So we wanted to experiment with a lot of data. So we wanted that the volumes were it requires a lot of scalability, and the power, lots of GPU power only in the daytime when they were training the model, and at night it should be switched off. So we went for cloud environment, for development environment on the cloud. I would not mention the cloud service provider, but yes, we are on multiple clouds. Then when we went with startup ecosystem for implementing ICR or for doing the image comparison, that is where we went on another set of cloud, which could provide us managed cloud services. So we've got a hybrid environment. Yes, the production load is, of course, predominantly on the GPU-based on-premise machines, where we have gone for containerization, so that part of the GPU, when it is not being used, it could be used from a machine learning-based renewal propensity or fraud analytics. So we've got multiple applications. We are on multiple clouds and on-premise, so it is a purely hybrid architecture as of now.
Thank you, Ms. Seema. And we have also seen that, when it comes to core workloads, when it comes to workloads which require large scalability and processing, there is a natural propensity to deploy workloads on-premise. And with power systems, with the Power 10 launch, we actually are pushing the envelope to make sure that the required performance, reliability, and scalability for the core workloads is taken care of. At the same time, the digital workloads are also, get the required sort of performance and the scalability there. One last question. I know the time is up, but one last question for Mr. Iyer. You've been using power systems for last 20 plus years, and if you could just want to share some of your experience, and then we'll call it a day.
See, 30 plus years I'm using IBM. It doesn't mean that I use only IBM for everybody's knowledge, because the environment is like that. We have ERP, we have engineering application like PLM, we have MES in place, we have customer-focused solutions, because we are one auto player. We have 50 big customers, all OEMs, which are bigger than us. Okay, so unless we have to cope with their space of automation, if not to that 100%, at least 70%, because we are tier 1 suppliers to OEMs. So the adoption of technology was there, and we need a reliable system in multiple places, because before I joined, I'm 14 plus years old in this company, but before I joined this company, they were using IBM machines only, so it was icing on the cake. So it is easy for me to sustain the interest which I had. But depending on the solutions, some are in cloud, some are, but whatever is there on-prem, we have identified IBM will be the platform for us to make it more meaningful.
Thank you so much, Mr. Iyer, and thank you for joining us here, Ms. Seema and Mr. Iyer. I will request you just to wait for a minute. We have to just do a small sort of launch of the Power 10 scale out and mid-range system. So just for the benefit of everyone, Power 10 systems were launched last year with the high-end systems coming in first. And now we are at a juncture where we have got the certifications and everything required certifications for supplying the scale out machines for Power 10 in India. So we have already announced the machines just a few days back. So we take this opportunity to just do a small, sort of launch here. And before we do that, we have one more guest to join us here on stage. Can you just invite? Thank you. So I have the pleasure of inviting Mr. 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃, who is a senior advisor in the GSIU unit in Tata Consultancy Services. And they have been true partners for IBM over more than 3 decades now. So thank you so much, Mr. 𝗂𝗂𝗃, for joining us. And now I would invite you, all of you here, just to do a quick sort of, all of you are required here. So these are the places where you will have to just put your hands. Okay, thank you. Just be here for a minute.
IBM Power. IBM Power-based CPUs can be found in the smartest AI supercomputers in the world, game consoles, and throughout the solar system in satellites and in planetary rovers on Mars. But power has been especially pivotal for enterprises. 80% of the US's highest revenue companies use IBM Power for their mission-critical IT applications. Many of the world's largest banks, retailers, and healthcare systems literally rely on IBM Power to power their business. Now, Power brings its legacy of innovation to the hybrid cloud with the launch of IBM Power 10. Designed over 5 years with hundreds of new and pending patents, IBM Power 10 is built to meet the needs of enterprise cloud computing environments that demand security, reliability, and performance. IBM Power 10 has 4 times as many encryption engines as IBM Power 9, keeping your data safe in the hybrid cloud. Power 10 underscores IBM's belief in the 4th platform of IT, hybrid cloud. With co-optimized hardware and software, IBM Power 10-based servers will deliver the future of the hybrid cloud.
Thank you so much. Thank you, man. Thank you, sir. To come over here and give a very quick preview about Power 10 technology.